What's up guys, welcome to today's video. So believe it or not, I thought that today we would be at the track. That's why I've been going hard and trying to get the Evo prepped. But we decided we're gonna move it a day back. That way I can help Colette get her RX-7 looked over and dialed to make sure she can have fun too. So what I'm gonna do today, I'm gonna help her out with that. But one cool thing that I'm gonna do first, I don't know if you guys have seen this over at Tommy's shop sitting on his counter forever in any of his videos, but I got this Cau shifter for my Evo 5 a while back. And I ended up not putting it in because I found out that I was gonna have to cut up some of my interior, and I really actually like the stock shifter in that car. But since this one's going to turn into a purpose race car, I figure I might as well pop it in and see how I like it. So I definitely waited a while on this, and I think it should be pretty cool, but it looks pretty self-explanatory. We'll see. And before I change it, here's a quick idea of kind of roughly where the shifter's placed and the throw. It's pretty good. I actually really like the stock gearboxes in these, but I'm curious to see how it feels with the CAE. It's nice because there's like missing half the interior in here. This should be a lot easier to pull out. Is there clips up here maybe? So here's a look at the stock shifter base. Kind of interesting. It'll be fun to figure out kind of how to get this set up. This is a new record. I threw some toe plates on this car only because I got so sick of pushing it in and out, and it feels like you're pushing a car that has a snowplow on it. That's how hard it is to push. Do you want to give them the news, or do you want me to show?
Show them, it's fine, whatever. We're gonna fix it, so.
Can you hold the toe plate on the other side real quick?
Yeah.
All right, so the front number's 79, rear number's about 77. This girl has a whopping 2 inches of toe out. That's absurd.
New record, ding, ding, ding.
Is your steering wheel like straight when you drive, or is it a little crooked?
It's a little crooked.
All right, we'll fix that.
Everything's a little shaky. This has never been the priority, and I haven't even gone through the whole thing since I've inherited it, so hopefully we'll just get it decent to drive tomorrow.
No, we'll make it good.
We'll see.
We're gonna raise it a little bit, pull out a little bit of camber, hopefully when we raise it, and fix that toe problem. So I know it's important to put the car in neutral first before I do the install, so I did that, and I'm gonna pop the linkages out. Because it was originally going in a street car, I didn't opt for the super tall CAE. I'm just not a huge fan of super tall shifters, but you can see comparing them side to side, they aren't that far off, and it might even be possible to run quite a bit of that center console with this still. We shall see how much I need to cut out. Dang, look at that. As far as tightening the bolts, not my favorite design. It's kind of taking forever because I can't get a socket in there, but it's all right. Not sure if this is just an older Evo thing, but I did note that I had to trim this little edge in here because it was binding in the CAE shifter. So if you run into issues with trying to get the cable linkage set in there, I just took wire cutters and like chopped off the edge a little bit so I could push in. Step 1 is going to be helping Colette get her alignment stuff dialed in. I was just mentioning how her car at full droop is still lower than every single one of my drift cars. That's an achievement. And so, the craziest thing though is like I had a whole video on it. She drove the car and drifted it at this height and somehow doesn't damage her fenders. It was basically maxed out for a damping adjustment.
A little bit. Like at full lock it rubs a little bit, which is why I have the over fenders, but yeah, I never put them on. So we're gonna raise this. Instead of being flush, we're gonna give her about this much of a fender gap, and we're gonna start using the shock actually by going down maybe 20 clicks or so. And make this thing just drive a lot nicer and get rid of the 2 inches of toe out, and trying to help her figure out a little oil leak situation. But my video is mainly going to be Evo stuff, as you guys already saw, and then going to the track. But I'm just kind of giving her a hand on this because I want to see her have fun. Colette has to go run over to go get her trailer because we're gonna go to the track tomorrow so we can load the cars up. And in the meantime, I'm gonna go rip over to a very famous person in the car world shop that I found out is really close by, who I don't think I've ever met in person, but has probably one of my favorite builds on YouTube right now. Let's go check it out. All right, so it was about a 10-minute, 15-minute drive to go visit none other than the man himself, Rob Dom. So what do you got here? What did you do for me?
I put this car back together for you. This, you're the first person to see the car with fenders, a hood, and it's all running. This is actually the first time we fired it up since Hoonigan's event. Yeah.
Oh yeah?
Yeah. So the all-wheel drive burnout. This is the beginning of it all.
That's cool.
Yeah.
He's been giving me some lessons on the rotary world, and we've been chatting for a bit. But he was just asking if I wanted to start it, and I'm curious how far away I'll need to put my camera to see if it's gonna max out the audio.
That side of the parking lot.
All right, I'm gonna go put it back here on the dumpster. You guys think we're joking, but I can only imagine how loud this thing is.
Yeah, yeah. You'll be tame at first, and then if you two-step in.
revs. I'm gonna get to go over a ride in it around the block. This thing's wild. It's really cool too. I didn't realize. You're probably not even hear me right now. I feel like I should be more nervous than I am. The only thing I'm a little bit nervous about is this guy right here. Do you have a light? Yeah. Are you gonna blow my eardrums now?
Yeah, you probably want to see that side. I'm hoping I added more fuel, so we'll see.
All right, I'm gonna set the camera up, hopefully to where it won't max out. That was crazy, especially considering we were basically at NA just ripping around.
Yeah, low RPM. You know, you're not even getting to the fun part of the four-rotor, but you run out of road so quick.
I know.
You added more fuel.
Yeah, it's loud.
Oh my god. Alright, that kind of got my ears. Shockwave me inside the car. Like, oh yeah, check the oil pressure, check the oil pressure.
It's one of those where you can like feel it in your chest.
Yeah. Oh, wow. That was only the 5 PSI of two-step. I had said it, we were getting more and more aggressive with it. I had like 15 pounds of boost, which is 1,000 horsepower. Wow. You know, I was like, not necessary.
It was so cool to see that car in person, especially with like how excited you could just see like the giant smile on Rob's face just driving that thing around. It's just super cool. I love the raw intentionality of the all-wheel drive and how it sounds, and I'm just super pumped for him. Maybe I'll need to do a rotary someday. What do you think? If you don't already follow Rob, his channel's been a plethora of rotary information over the past couple years, and now it's kind of like peaking because the car is running and everything's coming to fruition. But he's been making some really awesome videos. If you haven't checked him out, you definitely should. I gotta say, one other thing I do have mega respect for with Colette. She drives this big ol' rig. I thought my setup was big. That's a 2-car gooseneck that she tows around downtown LA like it's her job. You are crazy.
This is my daily.
I was explaining in the video that you drive this through downtown LA and actually park it in downtown LA somehow.
I picked this up from downtown. I know. It's my secret though. Don't let them know. I'll get in trouble.
This is insane. We're in the parking lot, guys. I never launched it. I don't know if I smell clutch or a little bit of tire smoke, but... And if you didn't think she was crazy, what is this?
I don't know. It's your stuff. I'm taking the...
I just wanted to film a clip and show that not only are you whipping this giant truck, it's manual.
Yeah. Get sparkly.
We made it to Horse Thief. Butter starter died.
Almost. No, we almost made it. We're so close.
It's right up there, and her car broke down right here. Hopefully we can find a starter. We're just gonna unload here though. before I take this thing out, I wanted to get a quick baseline to see what the alignment is. In the front, I noticed it has about an 1/8 inch of toe in, which is gonna give us a lot of understeer. So I'm probably gonna give a few turns on the tie rods to get this to be closer to an 1/8 inch toe out, or at least neutral, so it feels a bit better. All right, real quick before I go out on Horse Thief, which is like kind of a sketchy track, Colette is insisting that I be safe and shake the car down on the skid pad here. So I'm gonna go just make sure there's no weird loose stuff, or make sure, you know, all my AFRs are AFRing and stuff. So we'll go out. All right, let's see how she feels. I'm curious with that diff locking up so much if it's gonna oversteer or not. This car takes a little bit longer to get into the power band, so I have to anticipate the lag way earlier. But this thing's rocking. It's sick.
Yeah, the power is way, the other Evo was like on steroids.
exactly why I killed my motor. so fun.
That was Driftline / Rallycross course.
That's like, what do they call them in the UK? Angry Chav in a parking lot.
That was awesome.
One of the biggest things that I didn't really expect to make that big of a difference. I never properly like tracked my Evo, my Evo 5. Sorry, my white Evo 5 because let me restart that. I never properly tracked my white Evo 5 when I had stock arms. So I was only used to the responsiveness and the turn in and the solid go-kart feeling of the RaceFab suspension kit. So driving a car with stock arms again, it's insane. I really didn't think it would make that big of a difference. With the bushing deflection, the cushion, it just doesn't feel as sharp. Mind you, the alignment's a little bit different too, but I don't know. This is a really, like, to just get a car off Facebook Classified, spend a day on it, and be able to beat the crap out of it like this, it's a good car. It took a jump. don't know if you guys will be able to tell that in the video, but we hit that jump 10 plus times.
I was about to say many jumps.
It was
many a jump. That was awesome.
That wraps up our time here at Willow Raceway. Colette unfortunately had some bad luck, and I feel like I was so bummed for her that it kind of bummed me out for my day. But man, was jumping that Evo fun. Colette, did you like jumping the Evo?
That was the highlight of my day.
It was pretty fun.
That was awesome. And that's how I know you would love rallycross. That was tons of fun.
Did I ever mention in the video how like we kind of first met and how it revolves around rallycross? Did I mention that? How you?
I don't know, but you're gonna say I baited you or something.
I mean, you pretty much did. She was like, she like hit me up. She like slid into the DMs like way back, and like, you know, I didn't even really care, but she was like,
oh, yeah.
you know, I have a TV show and I could get you to drive a rallycross car.
First of all, sliding into the DMs, okay, I was giving you an opportunity to have fun.
Oh, she slid in the DMs to give me an opportunity. That's how she considers herself.
No, we were putting you on this TV show, and I feel like half TV shows don't materialize, but it was around like teaching people how to race in different cars, and I was gonna put you in a rallycross car, and the TV show never happened, and now he thinks I'm just a big liar.
It's because.
Wow.
That's not going to the video. Don't worry. That's not going to the video.
You're awful.
I know. I wanted to say it though. I wanted to say it.
No, you would have a ton of fun in a rallycross car, but that car is like you just picked it up. You spent like 2 days prepping it, and you're driving more than I'm driving my car.
To be fair too, I keep comparing to my Evo that I've had, you know, a year or two of development on, and a lot of people are asking kind of, you know, why wouldn't I just cage that car? And I think one thing that I failed to kind of like mention with getting this other car, the cool thing about it is I've had that year or two of development on the same exact chassis, so I can kind of replicate the setup that I've already figured out, and I've figured to tailor it to my likings. It's easier than just throwing sticks at the wall. And you guys, I'm so bad at talking right now, I'm so tired. But the reason being, you guys were asking why I'm still taking my other Evo to the firm. If I knew I already had this and was planning on building this, why am I still worrying about the other car? It's because I'm continuing to develop the chassis and figure out, okay, this alignment works better, this tile diff works better, I like this better. So even though I haven't had this car or gotten to where I want it, I can still use the other car for development and try things, swap things back and forth. And that's what's making it fun for me, because it's kind of like the enjoyment that I got out of a little drag racing that I've done, swapping things around to see a materialized difference, except with more margin for error with driver, more feedback, more different changes, and I don't know.
Well, and now you don't have to cut into your nice car. Like, it was getting way too fast to be driving without a cage, like scary fast, and now you don't have to destroy that car, and you got one that's already caged. And well, it's a really nice car.
Yeah, no, I agree.
It's like you were struggling with trying to decide should you put a cage in it, but to be safe with how fast you're going faster than your GT3. Like, yes, you should put a cage in it, and now you can just have a cage car and it's separate.
And two, also just to add, this TME is going to be a lot faster than my other car. I definitely have some, you know, things up my sleeve. I've been talking to guys over at MA Performance, and this, if you thought my other Evo was a monster, this is going to be like the Demogorgon on steroids.
Wait, are you gonna move? You were just talking about the suspension earlier. Are you moving the crazy suspension onto this one, or you said you like this one more?
So here's the thing, right? In a normal world, what would make most sense would be for me to take the stuff on this, put it on my Evo to make it like a more comfortable street car. But I love the fact that the other Evo is that extra as a street car and has all the chromoly like race fab arms and stuff frames. So I think what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna rationalize to myself to get another exact set to put on this car. And then in theory, I have the whole other car's spares. So God forbid something happens, I have spares of everything. And you know, both cars are the same, and I still can play with development. You know, if I need to get to work faster, I can take my setup from the race car and just implement it on my street car.
This makes so much sense.
You know, she's starting to understand the cup holder situation, guys. She made a comment about it. Yeah. You can tell that she's starting to understand the struggle.
It just wasn't fair that your Evo has cup holders, has AC. Oh, it doesn't have radio. And
an alignment.
And wow, and an alignment. Which, okay, my car is back at my place in Glendale, and I'm getting an alignment soon. Literally, the one place I've been trying to go has been booked up for months, so hopefully I'll get an alignment, and then you can stop talking crap about all my cars.
Don't worry, that won't make the video either.
Stop it.
Don't worry, I'll cut that out.
Good. Cut it out.
Cut the clip.
People can't know. They can't know what you just said.
Oh my God, you're just asking for it. God, just constantly making up beef and drama. I'm done with it. All right, guys, so that was the filler, just because I knew that I didn't get any content today. I hope you appreciated the filler, and I'll see you soon.